Hello you beautiful peeps, my name is John, welcome to my channel. This is the Method RC belted tyres for the Armour Felony. They also fit on the Limitless and the Infraction, but there's a caveat to that and I'll explain that in just a minute. So when I agreed to get these, there was kind of one thing that I was interested in, and that is quality. Obviously performance straight after, but quality is the bigger issue for me. As they're glued from the factory and belted, I wanted to make sure that they just didn't fall apart. So by doing so, what I've done is I've actually watched lots of videos to see if there's any negatives about the Method RC tyres, and I've struggled to find anything negative about them. So right off the bat, I do want to just explain to you what the limitations are for the Limitless and the Infraction. Firstly, the fronts, which are these, they come in pairs. They fit all three without an issue. However, for the Limitless, re-gearing is optional, but highly encouraged to maintain front and rear final drive ratios. So that's on the rears. Obviously, really important to keep the front and the rear ratios as they should be out of the factory. Now on the Infraction, you need to trim a little bit of the rear fender, there we go, flares, and again, they're encouraging you to re-gear it. It's kind of really important to do, so please consider that when buying them. I was really interested in these because they are just a direct replacement onto the original hubs, and there's nothing else that you need to do for the Felony, which is really important. I have read some comments around that people are very concerned about having a bigger RC car. This is a 1/7, and they're concerned that it's going to be so much more difficult, so much more complicated. And it really is not. Yes, the tools are a little bit bigger. These are 17mm hubs when most RC cars are 12. But if I just grab the wheel there, oh, should have done it a bit more. There we go. Sometimes they can be a bit tight, but not always. You take it off, as so. And that is it. It's that simple. When putting them back on, as you can see, we have the grooves on this side. They have to go into the car, so onto the tyre, because that's what helps grip it. But when it comes to the actual RC cars themselves, they've got the motors, they've got the ESCs, the servos, all exactly the same. So don't be worried about getting a larger RC car. Now, I have weighed these because obviously weight is an issue. If these were like double the weight, you wouldn't really be interested in them, to be honest. So as you can see, I've already taken them off and weighed them. The original weight at the front is 102 grams, 3.6 ounces, and 163 grams for the rear at 5.7 ounces. And I haven't opened these, so we will figure that out together. So let's take a quicker look at them. The pricing is relatively competitive from what I've seen. Oh, they do look nice, don't they? These are the original D boots that come off. They look, my tyres worn down so much. I suppose they could have done, but as you can see, these ones are so chunky. They are so nice. I do like the pattern that they've got on it. I'm not saying that it's bad for the originals, but yeah, oh, I'm really looking forward to testing these. It's been a while since I received these because obviously many things have been happening in my life, mostly medical, but I've hopefully got a sort of hold of that now. So I'm going to give you the pricing. I've actually written the pricing on the back because I wanted to make sure that they were from the website itself rather than me doing a currency conversion. So for a set of the rears, so that's two tyres, you've got a USD, $34.99, Great Britain pounds, £29, Australian dollars, 57 and 34.95 euros. And on the fronts, we have the 31.99 USD, 27 pounds, 52 Australian dollars, and 31.95 euros. Let me get into these. Put those there for now, and oh, I'm going to get one of the fronts off so again we can do a direct comparison. I remember when I first got my 1/7, I was so nervous about it because I actually bought the Felony and the big, where are we? The big Fire Team at the same point, and I was a little bit nervous because they are bigger. They do they are a little bit more intimidating, but other than worried about it hitting you when driving, there's no big concern. In fact, they're easier to work on because they are larger. So there's a direct comparison between the two. Again, I'm sorry, I like that. I've got a couple of shots of the actual inside of this. I wasn't setting any that I was able to take apart and invert to show you, but I haven't taken off from another YouTuber, so thank you for that, RC Driver. And as you can see, the actual belts are molded into the rubber itself, which is very good indeed. I did do a video before where I actually inverted tires myself and used, I think it was duct tape, Gorilla Tape? No, duct tape on the inside. And it works surprisingly well, I have to say. And it does make a difference, because when your tires balloon up, what happens is you lose a lot of that control. If you're just doing speed runs, I found that having a ballooning tire, because it increases the circumference, it gives you faster speed. But when it comes to just actual performance and handling, belted tires are the way to go for all situations, in my opinion. The actual hubs, the tires themselves, I mean, you've got the same type of flex there, so don't worry about that. But they feel very good quality, these tires. Very good indeed. Usually I would be reviewing them here and then driving them on the main channel, John Robinson RC, but I'm actually going to do something different on these, because if you've come to look at tires, you want to know how they are and you want to see how they run, and I'm just going to go straight into the video, and then I'll come back and finish the actual, you know, my opinion of these. Okay, so now let's get into the weights. As I said, I've already weighed these, so I don't have to worry about weighing them, but I will bring in my trusty kitchen scale. Let's do one of the fronts, and we have 136 versus the 102 grams. I am just going to do it on the flat surface just to make sure that the rubber there is not causing any issues. 135, yeah, 135. 182 at the rear, 6.5 ounces, 4.8. So as you can see, yes, they are heavier, 163 versus 182 for the rear, and 102 versus 135 at the front. Is that a big increase? Is that a big concern? No, you could say that that's probably in strength, quality. And of course, there is a situation where my tires have in fact worn away. You can tell they've worn away. These are from new. I haven't put any other tires on from the factory, so I would have lost some of the weight there. But I'm really intrigued to see how these are going to work. So I'm going to quickly fit these to the car. It's just the reverse of taking them off, and then you can see what they look like. So one thing that I just quickly want to mention, I hope this was focus. No, let's get that out of the way, is the fact that they are directional. There we go. So please make sure that you put them in the right orientation. So these are the originals, as you can tell. Ta-da! What do you think of the new ones? Are you a fan? Is it something that you'd be interested in? I think you should be. I actually think they look quite good. So I think the best thing to do now is to get out, drive them, test them, and then come back. See you soon. So ladies and gents, here we are to test out the tyres. I have no idea how they're going to handle. I have seen a couple of videos, as I said before, and I think they're going to do quite well. So let's go. Let's test them. I love this car! That grips so well. Straight off the bat, I'm used to it having a lot less grip on the tires and it's sliding a lot more. You see that I'm struggling to power slide around, but that is just unbelievable. I love this car. big smile every time I drive it. But it's scary! I tell you, those people that don't have one of these, you should think about it. Right, just quickly, I'm going to have a look at the tyres. Absolutely no problems at all. You can actually feel the heat coming off them. That is brilliant. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Scary. Amazing. So should you buy Method RC tyres? Hell yeah! Should you also buy an Armour Felony? Hell yeah! I just tried wiggling while I was at full throttle and it grips so well. You see the speed it takes off?
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst.
Just quickly, before we stop recording for today, Colin's driven, I've driven, we've just done the slow-mo with the power slide, so we wanted to show you the tyres and how well they've held up. So if you come and have a look, Colin, you can see they've not worn down and they look in pretty good state considering all of that power sliding you just did, Colin. Very, very good indeed. They're actually warm to the touch, which they obviously would be, but they've handled it all very well indeed. So ladies and gents, what do you think of that footage? Oh my golly gosh. How much grip do these tyres give? Absolutely brilliant. Colin himself just said, because he was recording the last time when we were driving the car on the old or the original factory tyres, that this is now the absolute perfect balance between grip and being able to go full speed, obviously because they're belted, they're not ballooning up, but also you've got just the little or the smallest ability to be able to easily get it into a power slide. It definitely takes a lot more to get it into the power slides now than it did before, showing how much more grip there are on these tyres. And for those that don't know, we live in Malta. Everywhere has a thin layer of sand. If I drive any other cars here, there's sliding everywhere, where this, I had no problems opening the throttle and going at full speed. It still scares the crud out of me, this car. If it hit you, oh my God, you're gonna feel it. Can I recommend Method RC belted tyres to you? When these wear out, I'm gonna buy more from Method RC. Simple, no discussion about it, because they are that good. If you don't own an Armour Felony, this video is not about the Armour Felony, this video is about the tyres, but why don't you? Yeah, I know it's expensive, but You get a lot of car for the money, I have to say. I will tell you that this car just goes on and on and on. I can't remember how long I've had this car for, but I have never serviced it. I've cleaned it, but I've never serviced it, and it still just goes. It is absolutely amazing. So, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to both channels, John Robinson RC and John Robinson RC Essential. We'll catch you next time. Take care, stay safe. Bye-bye.